If your dad is anything or was anything like my dad, he could put the fear of God in you in a second. And we know that growing up, there was, at least for me, if I were messing around or I did something wrong that I knew better, there was that moment that my dad, without saying a word, would look over, and right away I knew I was caught, being judged and found guilty, and there's no room for any explanation. And all that was left to do was ponder what it was going to be like when I heard about that later, or worse, when I felt that later, as all fathers are good at making you feel that when you do wrong. And if fathers can put the fear of God in us, do you know what mothers can do? Mothers have this gift to put the fear of hell in us. And you know what? That's not a bad thing. They really have, and it is a gift. They have this gift to be able to put the fear of hell in us. And it's not only not a bad thing, in fact, it is a good thing. Because as we know, when mom isn't happy, no one in the house is happy. When mom's heart is restless, everyone's heart is restless. When mom's heart is grieving, everyone feels that. When mom is frustrated, we are frustrated. Because it belongs uniquely to the gift of mothers and to the heart of motherhood. It is through that heart that a home is made, the heart of a mother. It is through the heart of a mother that comfort comes into a home, that peace comes into a home, that hope comes into a home, and that a deep and abiding joy comes into a home. That is a unique gift that only mothers can bring into a home. And when that gift, or when that peace, joy, love, comfort is blocked or messed with, then we experience the other end of that, a home without peace, a home for a moment without joy, a home for a moment without these things that remind us of heaven, but rather instill in us a fear of hell, an eternity without these things. And this weekend, we not only celebrate motherhood and Mother's Day, we not only honor our graduating seniors. This weekend is also the 100th anniversary of Our Lady of Fatima. And if you've never heard of Our Lady of Fatima, it was an event or a series of events that happened 100 years ago this weekend in Fatima, Portugal. And it was when our Blessed Mother, 6 times over a period of 6 months, appeared to 3 young children, ages 7, 9, and 10. And these children were out in a field grazing, their sheep were grazing, and they were there watching over them. And our Blessed Mother began to appear to them. And in the first 2 apparitions, our Blessed Mother, like any mother, gave them an experience of heaven and revealed to them what heaven is like in communion with God in this bright light and being assumed into it. And it brought about all those things that Mom has created in our own homes: peace, joy, love, hope, rest, and comfort. But also, like a good mother, on that 3rd apparition, she gave those children an experience of hell, in an effort to teach them and through them the world a good fear of hell. And here's what one of the children wrote after that third apparition. The rays of light seemed to penetrate the earth, and we saw it as it were a sea of fire. Plunged in this fire were demons and souls in human form, like transparent burning embers, all blackened or burnished bronze, floating about in the conflagration, now raised into the air by the flames that issued from within themselves, together with great clouds of smoke, now following back on every side like sparks in huge fires without weight or equilibrium, amid shrieks and groans of pain and despair, which horrified us and made us tremble with fear. It must have been this sight which caused me to cry out, as people say they heard me do, wrote one of the children. The demons could not be distinguished by their terrifying and repellent likeness to frightful and unknown animals, black and transparent, like burning coals. Now, if any one of us had seen them for any prolonged time, let alone if we were 7, 9, or 10, we would walk away terrified, as these children did. And as I say, that is not a bad thing. That is a good thing. Mothers, you have been given this unique and at times very difficult gift to bear. First, the gift of creating a home that can give us an experience of heaven. But when your peace, when your joy, when your comfort, when your love is rocked, you then are responsible for giving us an experience of life without heaven. In short, of teaching us how to fear hell, teaching us to fear an eternity without heaven. And on this day, we give thanks to you, mothers, not just for all the good things that you do teach us and the experiences that you give us, namely heaven, but we thank you for taking seriously, as your sons and daughters, that other side of that gift, that burdensome side of that gift, of teaching us to fear an eternity without heaven. And through the intercession of Our Lady of Fatima on this, her 100th anniversary of apparitions in Portugal, may God bless you for that gift. And in particular to you seniors, you know right and wrong. I'm not going to go over that with you. You know the path to destruction. You know the path that leads to hell. But more importantly, you know the path that leads to heaven. And your parents, your teachers, all those who have been charged with giving you that formation and giving you that experience and giving you that understanding. Be thankful and grateful to them this day. And remember that fear. Remember that fear, and remember what Mom gave you in the home when she created it in a way like heaven. Make that your longing in this next part of your life. Because I'll tell you one thing, you will miss home-cooked meals. You will miss laundry being done for you. You will miss many things that Mom and Dad provided for you. You will miss it all. You will miss the joy, the peace, the love that they created for you, that little slice of heaven in your life. And you are supposed to miss that, so that you take that and turn it into a longing, and that you work with God's grace in these next years of your life, and you work to build God's kingdom on the face of this earth. Yes, there will be times that you will be tempted with the path of destruction. Remember what your home was like when Mom was not happy. And use that to fear that path of destruction and as motivation to point you back on to that path toward heaven. Know of our prayers, know of our pride in you. I know you know the pride that your loved ones have in you. We will be praying for you, seniors. Make us proud and go out and build God's kingdom and make disciples of all nations. That is what you are called to do.